Welcome to episode 32 of In the Lab. Today, we're answering the question, Strategy Lab, how the heck do you measure my website? You know what? I'm glad you asked. I've been waiting for this one. Anytime somebody asks me about measurement, I'm like a little fat kid in a candy store. I just can't hold myself together. I love it. I know it's kind of nerdy, but please bear with me. 5 points today about how we use Moz, the measurement software, to measure your website. It's going to go fast, so listen. First, Open Site Explorer. Now, this is a tool. It's free to use. You can use it today. There will be a link in the notes. But what it does is it shows you domain authority, page authority, just discovered links, Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus shares, and a spam score too. I like this report because domain authority, that's the number one ranking factor that you have odds of ranking in Google for. That's also the number that you can compare to all of your competitors for. So to me, domain authority is one of the most important measurements, and you can find out what your own website is measured using Open Site Explorer. The other one I want to note too, spam score. If you've been getting a company to do SEO for you and you're getting some spammy links, well, that's going to show up, and that's another thing that Open Site Explorer can help you with. Number 2, keyword search ranking. Now, you need to know keyword search rankings because currently Google does not allow you to see on the back end of analytics how people are Googling to find your website. What you can use is once you put all your keywords in now, for our website we track 67. Some of our competitor sites in Saskatoon, we manage one company that's up to 200 keywords. Every week it runs this report. All we're seeing is if your keywords are moving up or down, and beyond that, you can actually tell if it's a national or a local keyword search and where you're coming up for. So if your neuromarketing techniques is 4th, that didn't move this week. But what a search engine strategy did, cool. Next is keyword difficulty. I was sitting in a room one time, formerly SciAS, now SAS Polytech, and they were arguing about what to name a class. And I said, guys, why are you arguing? Ask the internet. You can use, Google AdWords has a keyword planner tool that'll actually help you with keyword volume. But Moz actually has a keyword difficulty that actually gives you a percentage rating. And it's kind of interesting, like corporate benefit Saskatoon is way more competitive than company benefit Saskatoon. Little things like that. And then we had an argument in the office last week of what do people Google more, child dentist or pediatric dentist? And we said, pediatric dentist? Are you kidding me? Nobody Googles that. Are you kidding? And sure enough, it's way more competitive and there's more search volume for pediatric dentists than child dentists. So, moral of the story, don't argue about keywords. Ask Google or ask Moz to do it for you. Next, went too far. Nope. This is for just search, any type of search keyword difficulty. What you want to do is be able to see what you're going for. So this one is for Mortgages Saskatoon. And what it does, it actually gives you 9 different things that you can, and this is a full report, so this takes a little bit more time to do for Moz, but it gives you 9 different ways to see how websites are ranking. So when somebody says, oh, every time I search here, our website comes up first. Well, search is localized, so everyone has a different search. That's why I trust Moz much more than just somebody saying, oh yeah, I think we come up for first or second for this. No. Trust a third party. And here you can actually see why websites are ranking the way they do. And then for our clients, we figure out a way to reverse engineer what others have done to overtake them in the search rankings. Next, on-page keyword optimization. This is really important. This tells you exactly how well your pages are optimized. Moz uses a system, a grader system that has 36 different points in the system. And the best part is if you're not actually optimized for a certain keyword, it shows you exactly what you need to change. So first of all, it shows you title, URL, meta description, H1 body, and image alt text. This is for Creative Options Regina. Their gentle teaching page. They have mentioned 18 times gentle teaching on one page. That's a video, that's a downloadable, something that's several images. They do a lot. This is what I was talking about, the little checklist. So if you haven't used broad keyword usage in the page title, if you haven't made it accessible to search engines, there's 36 different ones of these that you can go through, and if it's not actually optimized, you can change it. Here's one for our own marketing strategy page. You can see it's only 6 times, but that's all it takes. We have 4 accounts in the body, 1 in the URL, 1 in the title. So personally, if I wanted to improve this page's ranking ability, I need to put in the meta description, the H1 tag, and the image alt, which I don't know why I blame Braden on that one. Next, comparing to your competitors. Now, I always get very, very weary when somebody says, well, I can get you 10,000 hits, or I can help you with your website and get you this much traffic. Well, what's the benchmark? Who are you comparing to? So I love the reports in here. And remember, domain authority, it's your rankings or your odds of ranking in Google. we can actually show how we're helping a client based on their domain authority and a bunch of other factors, but this is the actual report you'll see. Our client here at Pebble Tree, they do renovations, kitchen repair, home repair, and you can see they start off here at a 10 domain authority back in December 2014. All the way up till now, they're at 19 as of August, and they've overtaken 2 of their competitors. Here's another one for Newport Development, a rental company in town. They started off at 0 because every website starts off as 0. And by the way, too, domain authority, it's a logarithmic scale. It is exponentially harder to go from a 20 to a 30 than it is from a 10 to a 20. So just because these are a 10 and 20, that's what most websites are in Regina. Global News or Leader Post would be a 60 and a 70. It's only Google and Facebook that are actually at 100. But you can see here, they're already up to where their competitors are, and it's only been since March. Like, that's pretty good. 6 months' time, and you're already ranking with your competitors. Finally, Creative Options Regina. Now, I always say these guys are our best search engine optimization client, and all we did was a ton of video. So with Core's website, if you go to the Creative Options Regina, you'll see on most pages there's a video explaining what's on that page. Google loves video, and you can see, so does Domain Authority. We started off at about 12 or 13 here in May 2014. As of now, that's about September 2015, they're just under 30 out of 29. In that short period of time, that's unheard of. I don't think you'll get those results, but you could if you created a video on every single page of your website. Finally, these are all in the one Moz software package. We pay a monthly fee. You should check it out. If not, come talk to us about it. We can help you with it. Lastly, FOLLOWERWONK. It's a Twitter tool, and what it allows you to do, you can search bios, compare users, analyze followers or the people that are following you, track followers, and sort followers. Now, one of them I love is a comparison between 3 different accounts. Cool story. I was meeting with the gal that runs the Red Cross Twitter account, and we were talking, and she said that from what she saw, they do really well in Saskatchewan. So I said, well, how about I run a couple reports for you? And sure enough, when I ran the reports, the Red Cross Saskatchewan compared to Alberta and Manitoba, they were kicking their butts in this little thing they call social authority, which you'll see in a second. So having a report like this not only can show you how you're doing it, you can benchmark in your industry, but I told her after, run the report of all the people that are following Alberta and Manitoba, but not you, because you can find that, because it gives you a report like this. Find those people and start following them and interacting with them. Those people are bound to follow you immediately. Beyond that, it shows you, this is what I was talking about, social authority. So it's kind of like a clout score, a score of how good you actually are online. And I find it to be fairly accurate, because if you're a bot and you don't actually talk to people, your social authority will hurt. It also sorts everyone by retweets, how many retweets you have in your timeline, at contacts, so how many times you're talking to people, which you want to see that up. You want to see a higher percentage. And then URLs with tweets with a URL in it, so somebody tweeting a link to something. So you can see the University of Regina, they tweet a lot of links, U of S a little less, and SAS Polytech's a little less than that. But I like seeing at contacts, 4.5, good for you, U of S. And you can see they have the highest social authority too. Talk to people, engage, that's how you're going to increase that. Beyond that, you can search bios. This one is incredibly helpful, I think. You put in your location, so Regina or Saskatoon or Canada or Saskatchewan, and I searched university. We're doing a presentation for the Ministry of Advanced Education. I wanted to show them all the people in Canada that have university in their bio. Well, that's 10,926 people. And this is the report you get out of that. I know it looks a little bit jumbled, but their name, location, followers, friends, tweets, bio, URL, and then it actually shows you those data, that percentage tweets with URL, percentage retweets, and percentage of at contacts, and you can sort by social authority. With this report, you can follow basically the top 200 to 300 people in Canada, the people that you want to be interacting with. That's just for universities. Think about how you would use that for your company. You could figure out the exact right people that you need to interact with. So, it's like Moneyball. Think about Moneyball. The Oakland Athletics in the early 90s, they figured out a better way to measure, to bring people into the game that were going to help them win. This is a better way to measure your website and what you're doing online, so at the end, you can get more qualified leads. If you have questions, ask here. Follow us here. Peace be to Journey.